Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I've got something pretty cool for you, I hope. Obviously I'm recording before the race starts, so I have no idea what's about to happen. This is the Porsche Cup. I don't think I've ever, well, I'm sure I've run an official race or two at some point in the history of my iRacing time, but it's been a long time, so feels like a first. I've put in maybe 5 or 6 laps of practice. Pretty terrified for what's about to happen. Frankly, I thought about just starting from the pits, but it's not a lot of fun to watch, so I am going to go ahead and grid. I qualified with the race set. I'm using the VRS safe setup. Figured if anything I can do to help myself just complete this race would be positive. So I actually qualified with that set just to a little bit more practice with that set. Feel a little bit more comfortable. Starting 13th. I think there's 23 cars in the field. You guys would know that. It should be in the top left of your screen. Hard to say. It's in there somewhere. But yeah, excited to get one of these under my belt. I'm saying that now. In the next 3 minutes, I could absolutely do something incredibly stupid, kill myself and everybody else, and it'd be terrible. But we're going to go for it and see if we can have a little bit of fun. Goal is simple. Finish the race. I've not done a practice start. Oh, here we go. I'm not ready for this, but let's do it.
Green flag, green flag.
Not as bad as I thought. Was expecting worse.
You're on the left, 3 wide.
Don't want to be, don't want to be.
2 wide. Clear on the right.
Easy thing to forget. No ABS, no traction control. Gotta remember.
Clear, car right.
Take it easy, 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 easy.
Clear, car right.
Can't see.
Clear.
Alright. All good. I'm not even trying to pass you, buddy. I just want to see, to be quite honest. I've had so much fun trying to figure this car out.
Car right.
I haven't been super successful with it,
Clear,
but
right side.
had a lot of fun. They were at the Nordschleife last week for the Remeister series. I never ran a race, but I did a few laps. And you know how it goes, a few laps there is a while, but had a lot of fun with it. I just really easily forget how this is not a Porsche GT3. It's not going to behave the same way at all. I think if I could remember that and figure that out, it wouldn't be absolutely horrible in this car. Let's see. I think the thing that I always get worried about is something's going to happen and I'm going to like hit the brakes really hard, which I would normally do in a GT3 car and be totally fine. In this car, not so much. Kind of like that. I didn't hit too hard, thankfully. Ooh. Got some air. I would love to spend more time in the series because they race every hour. I think that would be just so awesome. I miss Skippy and F4 days for that reason alone.
Car right. Clear.
Jeez. Off the track and back on to hard.
Clear.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, boys. Easy now. Never had to drive... Oh, there's one. Never had to drive a car. We had to be so sensitive on the throttle before. Now, I'm positive I've always needed to do that. It's a deficiency of mine that I don't do more of that to save tires and drive more intelligently in GT3. I have this hope that if I could spend time here, it would actually translate really well to GT3 cars. Frankly, I don't know if that's true or not. I think there's some decent rationale behind at least the thought process. These guys are all over each other. I feel like I'm in danger. I'd be absolutely thrilled to just finish the race. One of my favorite YouTube channels I like to watch, and I wish I could pronounce his name, I don't know what it is. It sounds horrible, I know, but it's from somewhere in Eastern Europe. And he posts a ton of Porsche Cup races, and I watch them all the time. And so my reference for these races is Absolute Chaos. And I don't know what split he's in. I like his approach. No overlays, no nothing. Actually looking at the car from over his shoulder. If anybody knows that person, please comment below. If I can remember, I'll put a link to his channel in my description. He's definitely inspired me to drive the car a little bit more. But those races look like absolute chaos. Ooh, that's some serious blocking. Incident, somebody's coming back. Oh, awesome.
Right.
Alright, it's number 6 here. Mr. Aggressive.
Clear on the right.
Funny, the fast guys are so far ahead. They were able to spin off at Brooklyn, get back on the track, and I never even really saw them. Certainly not affected by them. I guess I did see them way up there, but tells you something about these folks. There's some super fast people in here. Like, I have no frame of reference for anything, like tires, temps. You can't see temps, you can see pressures. Obviously there's going to be some correlation there, but I don't really have any of that. I'm just trying to drive the car and keep it straight. I spun out right there a lot in the practice session, so hopefully we don't do that here. Shit, too far. I'm just out of the points too, which is actually kind of crazy. Strength of field's not super high at 2,800. But for reference, this is a Monday night in the US. I think there's only 2 splits. This is the top split. There's some 7K folks in here, or still are, I presume, somewhere up there. I did crank the force feedback up in this car. I think I may have gone a little too high. It's funny, man. This is like my best time by a mile. I'm getting walked away from here. This is the Open Series. I'm running VRS. I just assumed that for me, for quite some time, setups probably don't matter that much. It's more about just figuring out how to brake and accelerate the car. And not spin out in the process, of course. It is such a strange feeling to feel like you just I cannot throw this car around at all. I'd love for somebody to correct me. It feels like, I should say, this thing has no aero at all, even though it obviously has a big old wing on the back. And I'm guessing relative to what I'm used to, it doesn't have any aero, but I'm surprised I have not seen more chaos, quite honestly. clean. I think I only have 1X.
New fast flat for you.
I feel like something big's coming up in front here. Just want to stay away from it. There's also a spot on that exit right there, spinning out a lot. It's kind of strange. It's been a long time since I spent much time spinning on a GT3 car. Then all of a sudden, getting to the practice session, I felt like I was doing it constantly. Still sitting P13, not bad actually. I like the correlation. 13th as the 9 car. I wish it was 9th as the 13th car. It's my birthday, September 13th. Damn, really? Gotta be honest, I really don't want to fight these guys. I feel like they're gonna do it for me. And I just have no experience side by side in these cars at all. I'm not sure if tonight's the night. I really just want to finish and be safe. Oh. It's locked up there. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna have much choice to avoid. I don't know what happened there. The heck? Auto wipers? It's gonna have a hell of a terrible exit there.
Car on your left.
Why would you do that? I mean, I know the answer to that question, but seems like a pretty stupid thing to do. Meanwhile, the gap behind is dramatically lower. Unfortunate. I'm like racking my brain here, trying to remember the name of that YouTube channel. I believe it starts, it's Philip. I would butcher his name if I tried. I'll definitely go find it and put it in the description. I recommend checking him out. I love his approach. It's like camera over the shoulder, one big ultra wide, no overlays, no anything, just very authentic. Looks very just kind of like realistic looking. Shoot. Halfway done. Pretty sure I've already said this, but the fact these run every hour, man, I would just love to get involved in these more. Uh-oh. Whew. I know that looked like nothing on the screen. The steering went light right in the middle, so I could tell I was sliding the rear end. And in this car, that doesn't end well generally. At least not for me. Not sure what's happening behind, but that gap seems to close and then open up, close, open up. Ooh, come on. From everything I have seen, I'm so surprised there's not more chaos. Maybe it's behind me. You guys are getting away. No, come on. And Silverstone by itself is just not one of my strong tracks anyway. I know it well enough to get laps, but not good at it necessarily. Love the place, just not a strong suit.
.563. New fast flat for you.
I'm gonna have to reach out to some of my heat cup resources and see if I can get some tips on this car. It is pretty rewarding to drive, or it's really rewarding to drive. I imagine if you were really good at it, it'd be pretty awesome to drive. I love watching the PESC series. It's like they're so good at it, they make it look like they're driving the GT3 variant with all that grip, all the assists. It's insane to me those guys can drive that car that fast. Or this car, I assume. Or this car. Trying to stay on the track, trying to be clean. Yeah, big old gap opened up again. I guess they hit each other at that point. Do not have a feel for the tires really at all. I don't feel like they're going away from me too hard. I'm probably also not getting very much out of them, for being honest, but yeah, too deep. And that's it. I mean, that's such a small mistake. I didn't lose a ton of time or anything, but still, little lockup. I probably was braking 25 meters deeper than I should have. That's all it takes, man. It's crazy. In the GT3 car, I could have just smashed the brakes a little bit, let ABS help me out, get some heat in the tires, but I wouldn't have lost any time. I feel like I'm not doing that corner correctly at all. Alright. I'm regretting not getting in those battles at this point. I'm a little gun shy though, to be honest. I just don't have the confidence yet. Play a little defense. definitely getting through faster than I am. Right.
5.726.
It's weird to see laps remaining. I'm used to the countdown. Oh, that's actually interesting. So, I knew there wouldn't be a pit stop, but wasn't really thinking about fuel. Oh, looks like he locked up too. I do like a little bit of the element of mistakes. Like, I feel like that's not really all that prevalent in GT3 cars. I mean, people basically treat it as a qualifying simulator. In this, you're gonna have a lot more just natural mistakes being made. I mean, we've seen a lot of that already in this race. I mean, I know this hasn't been the most exciting if you're still with me. You're the real MVP, but we've seen a lot of it. I mean, the guys ahead, unfortunately, they've moved on at this point. But we've seen a lot. I mean, a lot of little mistakes being made that bring them to me, or mistakes that I've made that let them walk even more. People behind, I mean, they've been yo-yoing behind me with their gap. I'm sure that's just human mistakes that in this car you just can't make. Like I said, in GT3, in this moment earlier where I kind of went off here a little bit, could just smash the brakes and not even have to think about it. Or in here, you know, just slide through a whole lot more, lose a lot more time. So I do think that's really cool. I say that as having not made a massive mistake yet. I'm sure I'll be super frustrated with myself when I do inevitably make that mistake. Hopefully not in this race. So it's been going pretty good.
5.369.
My times are improving. I mean, I know they literally are, but as my gas drawdown is happening, these guys aren't done. Ooh, not a GT3, not a GT3. Alright, cool. Yeah, these guys are definitely not done. I also get the feeling, and somebody probably can know this better than me in the comments, but I feel like this car also is more susceptible to draft than the GT3s are. I feel like there is no suck in the GT3s in the current iteration. I feel like in these cars there's a little bit more of that. I certainly saw it at Nordschleife last week, but I don't know if that's just Nordschleife things or not. Just announced too early. He's catching me up again. Good form. So looks like we'll be last lap at the line. Wow. I don't know how long this has been going, but this race feels very quick. So got a nice front row seat to these two.
White flag.
Yeah,
One more lap
come
to
on.
go.
Oh. Go get him, buddy. You can get him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
5.402.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Sorry, man. Sorry about that.
Forgot that I even left that open until he started talking. Alright, finish, come on. This would actually give me 1 IR. If I finish right here, get the feeling that's not going to happen. Dude behind is faster for sure. Can I hold him off?
Car right. Clear on the right.
So I'm going to get more of a run there.
Left side.
Don't come too far right.
Clear.
Let's move.
Sorry.
Car right. They're showing us the black
No!
flag. They say you cut the course. They're gonna
Nice
hold
race,
you
man.
for a while. Checkered flag.
Oh,
checkered
that's so
flag.
unfortunate. I'm going to lose a ton of spots for that. I want to see. So I finished 13th legit. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I don't even want to get out. They're really a huge bummer, unfortunately, for me at the very end of the race. I finished 13th. Unfortunately, with that black flag right at the very end, it dropped me all the way down to 21st. So that's really, that's quite the kick in the teeth for the first, for my first Porsche Cup race. But honestly, I had a great time. I was definitely in that fight, hanging around like 12th, 13th for pretty much the entire race. I didn't do anything insanely stupid, which honestly, that's kind of what we're going for here. Man, Dominic had a really nice run, passed me well in that last lap. Probably could have fought that harder, but again, I'm new. I'm trying to figure it out. Just trying not to do anything incredibly dumb and ruin anybody's race. But I had fun. I mean, that was really cool. I honestly intend to do a lot more of that. Kind of gutted that I dropped so far to 21st. I would have lost maybe a couple IR, still stayed above 3K, but unfortunately with that one, dropped me below 3K, lost a little safety rating in the process, but I had a lot of fun. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. So nobody's paying you for the fake internet points. I'm just here for a good time. So I had fun with it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And if you did, I'll see you in the next video. Hit the like, hit the comment, the subscribe, do all the things. I'll see y'all later. Thanks.